Howdy everyone, this is Trisha and welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to show you how to make this chicken and cauliflower rice. I will put the recipe in the description box below, so let's get to cooking. Okay, so I'm going to start off with a pan and I'm going to add some olive oil in there. That's about a tablespoon of olive oil. Okay, so I'm going to be using these chicken tenders. These are chicken breast tenders, and I've seasoned them with salt, ground black pepper, ground garlic, and ground cumin. So if you want to use a different kind of chicken, just season it with those particular seasonings to give it that nice flavor. And then we're going to go ahead and place these in our pan and get them to cooking for about, I don't know, these aren't very thick, so maybe 3 minutes on one side, and then we'll turn them around to the other side. Okay, so before my chicken is completely cooked, I'm adding about a quarter chopped onion, and I'm going to stir that in there so that the onions get a little bit translucent. Now, one ingredient that I have here that is not part of my recipe is these mushrooms. They're not part of the recipe, but I happen to have them left over from another recipe that I was creating, and I don't want them to go to waste. So I'm going to go ahead and put them into my chicken here and cook them down as well. I'm going to add a tiny bit of water, and I'm going to lower the temperature. Put this on low, so I don't want this to burn. And we're going to cook this up a little bit before we add our cauliflower. Alright everyone, so adding the water in there helped to deglaze the bottom of my pan, and I decided to pull out the chicken and just cook the onions and the mushrooms together because I decided that I want to chop up my chicken pieces. Alright, so here I have the chicken tenders and I've started chopping them up. So I'm going to go ahead and do that to the other two pieces, and then I can put them back into the pan. Okay, so to my pan I'm going to add this cauliflower. It is already grated here. It is almost like a rice. So you want to get that, or you want to get a cauliflower and grate it yourself. This is a bag that I got that's ready for the microwave, but I'm going to pour it into my pan here. It is frozen, so I'm just going to pour it straight from the bag. Just leave a little bit of that out. So now I'm going to stir that in with all that mushroom and onion and get that yummy flavor into the cauliflower. Okay, so now I'm just stirring it in, and I'm also going to add some of this. It is a tomato bouillon with a chicken flavor, chicken flavor. This is brand here. It is very good. I highly recommend this for rice. And I'm going to add that's about a teaspoon and a half or so. Don't go crazy on this because it does contain a lot of salt, so be careful if you're using this product. I have added a little bit extra because I love the flavor of it, but just be careful. Do not over season. So a little bit at a time. Okay, so I've got my heat up because I had lowered it down. And I'm going to saute this just a little bit. I want to get that cauliflower to get nice and hot so that it defrosts. And then I'm going to add some chicken broth. Okay, so I've sauteed my cauliflower rice. And then I've also added the chicken back in there. So let's add some chicken broth. And I'm going to add about a cup, maybe 1.5 cups in here. It might turn into 2 cups. I want to make sure that the cauliflower is covered, so maybe 2 cups. Okay, so let's just make sure that the cauliflower is all in there. You might want to add the chicken broth before you add the chicken in there to make sure that the cauliflower is covered, and then you can just place the chicken on top and let that float up over it. Okay, so now we're just going to cover this up, and all we're going to do is we're going to wait for that cauliflower to get tender, but we don't want to get it mushy. So maybe about 10 minutes while it steams with the lid on there, and then we'll be back to check on it. Alright, it has been 10 minutes and my cauliflower is cooked, and it is perfectly al dente, the way that I like it, so that it has that texture of Spanish rice. And of course my chicken is cooked as well. So there we go. Time to serve it and give it a nice taste. Alright everyone, this is my chicken with a cauliflower rice, and take a look at that. It is so good. I've already given it a taste, but I'm going to give it one more little taste. And I paired it off with these keto refried beans. That is a recipe that I had last week, so I will link the recipe to that in the description box along with the recipe to make this chicken and rice cauliflower. I'm going to give myself a big old thumbs up, and I hope that you too will give me a big old thumbs up. Leave a nice comment down below. Subscribe if you haven't already done so, and thank you to everyone who has been subscribing. Make sure you hit that little notification bell so that you get notified of when I put up my videos, which is every Tuesday and every Friday. And make sure you share on your social medias. And as always, enjoy.